What's up? It is your boy Cross, along with your boy Reed. We are two sides in New York. Today we have a huge show. We got the Mets, big Mets Mariner trade. We got that controversial Kareem Hunt news. College football playoffs. We know who's in. We know who's out. NFL Week 13 recap. And we'll be talking about the 2018 Rookie of the Year. And I'd also like to wish our Jewish viewers a happy Hanukkah, except for Ian Kinsler. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, Ian Kinsler. Gosh. But Alex Bregman, we love you.
Alex Bregman, cool though. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's
cool cat.
Alright, so our first topic of the day is going to be college football. And first of all, if you watched that Alabama-Georgia game, which was, what a game that was. Georgia big up again. Really a lot like that championship game, but it sure was a reverse of script as Tua, I say his name wrong all the time. But,
yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, but he gets stepped on, and he comes out of the game, which Alabama fans were probably freaking out at first, but I don't think he was playing well at all in that game. I thought he looked terrible. So,
he wasn't.
Jalen, it's kind of the exact thing that happened in the championship. Jalen comes in, he plays great, leads them to the win, gets 2 touchdowns. And I think it really shows that hard determination, loyalty is really going to pay off because he could have transferred anywhere. Maybe not anywhere, but he had a lot of options to transfer. Maybe go start somewhere else. But no, he wanted to be a good teammate, stick up for his teammate, and I think good karma affected him.
Yeah, I mean, doing that, it's hard to lose your job and then still be supportive of the guy, and like he's been nothing but class throughout the whole year, and it's good to see that. It's a great story, but right now, playoffs is looking like Clemson versus Notre Dame, Bama versus Oklahoma. I think we could both agree that the championship game will be Alabama versus Clemson, and ultimately Alabama winning, because those two teams are really great. And, you know, Alabama, they're just a very, very good football team, and they just seem unstoppable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it will be Alabama-Clemson, although I think that's going to be a nail-biter, the Clemson-Notre Dame game. I think Alabama's going to handle Oklahoma pretty well. But I think Clemson's just going to out-edge Notre Dame, because Notre Dame, they've had a really good mojo, undefeated season. So I think it'll be exciting.
Yeah, the thing with Notre Dame is, you know, they get a lot because not being in a conference, you know, they obviously didn't play in a conference championship game. It was a very good season so far. I'm really hoping they could go out and beat Clemson, but it's going to be a really tough game. Bama, definitely they're the team to beat, and they're most likely going to come out on top. But Georgia, do you think they were robbed? I mean, I don't think they were robbed because they did lose 2 games. And yes, you want the best 4 teams in there, and arguably they're maybe better than Oklahoma, but it's really, you can't lose 2 games and lose your conference championship and think that you have a shot at the playoffs. You know, it's only 4 teams. It may expand one day, but as of right now, you really got to win that game against Alabama.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I think if you're a good team and you're good enough to be in the playoffs, you need to come away with that win against Alabama. Especially with their starter going out, you need to be able to remember what you did against Hurts last year. But hey, Hurts did play well, but still, Georgia, not robbed. I don't think they deserve to be in the Final Four.
Yeah, kudos to them, though. They really came out and smacked big. No.
Cutting off. Sorry, viewers, a little technical difficulties. Yeah, Cross is not coming in clear right now. I don't know. Not sure what's going on, folks, but I don't think it'll be a problem.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you now, Cross. All right, guys. Day is saved. Don't turn off your podcasts yet.
Tell me a little bit about our boy Kareem Hunt. Well,
Ooh.
Actually, not our boy. I don't really want to associate myself with him.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt, I'm not going to call him an idiot because that's just not correct, but that was just, it really makes you sick when the first 2 years he had, what he could have done in his career, and to do something that stupid and to lie about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, excuse me. So basically what happened was on Friday, TMZ released a video of Kareem Hunt physically abusing this woman in February, which he was under investigation with, but he completely just flat out lied to the Chiefs and said he did not touch her or anybody. So he was put on the commissioner's exempt list, and then a couple hours later, he was cut by the Chiefs. So what do you take away from this, Cross?
Obviously, you should never put hands on anybody, especially a woman. He made a really bad judgment call. I'm sure she was calling him all sorts of things, racially charged or whatever. But you gotta know you're a professional athlete. You gotta know everybody's watching. All eyes are on you. And something like that, it's really hard. It ruins your reputation. And obviously got him cut. It didn't help him that he did lie about the incident. And it's really unfortunate because honestly he does seem like a really good guy, and this stuff does happen. You hate to see it, but it's unfortunate. And I think he's a really good guy. And do you think he'll ever play in the NFL again though?
I don't know. I was thinking about the Ray Rice incident. I was thinking no way at first, but then again, Ray Rice was older, kind of on the downward side of his career. So I don't know. I think he might get another chance. I think he might.
Really his saving grace, because that he is younger than Ray Rice was, and that he's showing that he can play really good in the NFL. And at the end of the day, you have to realize, all people should be forgiven of their mistake. He did make.
Yeah, he made a huge mistake. It definitely cost him. It's gonna cost him his reputation in his career. Tyreek Hill had something to say about it. He was like, I think he said, no matter, I don't care what she said to him, he had no excuse to do that. So, I don't know, Tyreek Hill and him are really close, so for him to come out and say that means that he's lost respect for everyone in his locker room, I think.
Yeah, totally, and this is definitely a moment where other players around the league are probably going to sit down and think to themselves, all right, if I'm ever in a situation like this, I got to make the right decision, and it can't end up like that because, these players are so talented, and for something like this to happen, it's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, I know, it sucks because it might cost the Chiefs for their first Super Bowl in 40 years because he was a really important part of that offense. And they barely beat the Raiders the other day, 33-30, or was it 40-33?
I don't remember, but I know it was a really close game. And they're definitely going to miss him for the rest of the year going into the playoffs. And, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, it sucks. So, for NFL, other stuff. So, I mean, what to take away from Sunday's crazy Giants-Bears game is the Giants have two of the most athletic, prolific weapons on offense in the whole league. Mm-hmm. Like, when you have a receiver, I'm not here to boast, but my man threw a 51-yard pass. Like, what can't he do? Put him in at quarterback. No, let me stop. But, I mean, just what he did, a touchdown catch and a touchdown throw twice in the same game in the season. I think that's pretty amazing. I think Saquon is just a prolific athlete. When he does that little run at the end of the half to get Rojas for a 57-yard field goal, that completely changed that game. So, I mean, we're not going to make the playoffs this season, but I think this team next year they can play like this. I think they can win the NFC East. Yeah,
that offense is ridiculous. Like so many weapons the Giants have. They're going to be hard to stop for years to come. As much as I hate them, Odell Beckham is a weapon, and he makes any offense that much better because he could just do it. He could do it all. Obviously, remember, he's a pretty good kicker too. Giants don't need that because they got a pretty good kicker themselves, but he could just do it all on the football field. It seems like.
Yeah, I know. So, Cross, you kind of predicted this last week. Mike McCarthy getting fired. It happened after embarrassing loss on Sunday, which I do fault Aaron Rodgers a little bit. I do think he kind of gave up on Matheny a bit. But, or McCarthy, not Matheny. That's the Cardinals guy who got fired.
Yeah.
But, McCarthy's gone. So, is he the next Jets head coach?
Well, I hope so. But Aaron Rodgers, he definitely wanted McCarthy gone. You could tell during the game, Aaron Rodgers just really didn't seem like he really wanted to be there. Didn't seem fiery or passionate like we've seen from him in the past. And I think he just wanted him out of here. He wanted a fresh start. I'm very shocked. I did think they were going to wait to fire him to the end of the season, but they just wanted to overhaul it now, it seems. And it's a good move by them because they're just backwards. They got to get a new guy in there.
Yeah, definitely. So, why is Bo still in New York? Why have they not canned him yet?
Well, I honestly woke up this morning expecting. Right after the game, I was expecting Todd Bowles to get fired. It doesn't make any sense. The guy is awful. He stands there on the sidelines with the same dumb look on his face. Every game, he just seems like he has no clue what's going on. And, I mean, friggin' Sam Darnold, he should be playing. Yeah, I'm sure his ankle is hurt. He's not 100%, but he's got to be playing. You're not going to get better if you don't play. And Todd Bowles is not the type of coach that's able to coach up a quarterback and tell him, like, Mike McCarthy, I think he'll be perfect for the New York Jets job.
He's got fire.
Yeah, he could get Sam Darnold going. He could get some good schemes going because Todd Bowles he's just clueless out there, and I don't know how he isn't fired. And I want to say, I'm not 100% confident they'll even fire him this offseason the way it's going, because that's just what the Jets have been doing. They just keep giving him chance after chance after chance. It's getting to a point where I just can't believe it anymore. I don't want to look at his stupid face on the sideline. It's ridiculous. I've had enough, and I going into this year, I told you because we didn't have.
You're a big Bowles fan.
I'm a huge Todd Bowles fan. I think he was a great motivator. I thought the guys wanted to play for him, but it just seems like they do it. You give up a 16-point lead. Come on, you gotta be better than that. You can't. It's in the NFL. If you have a 16-point lead, I don't care how good your team is. You gotta finish the game.
Yeah, but I think McCarthy would be really good with the Jets, maybe like Aaron Rodgers. He kind of helped Rodgers go from a young quarterback to a superstar, so maybe he can do that with Darnold.
Definitely.
All right, so some underrated teams I think get no talk. The Chargers with a big, 16, 17 points last night they came back from? It might be even more than that. They just looked like a completely different team after halftime.
Yeah, 16 points they were down. That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, it was. I thought Big Ben played pretty well with a couple bombs down to Antonio Brown. But, Juju, he wasn't really involved. I didn't think that much besides 4 catches I think he had. And the Steelers' defense was straight out collapse and was stupid. And at the end of the game, I couldn't believe they just went offside each time.
Yeah, they gave him a couple of chances to make the kick. They ended up getting in the end. I'm pretty sure the last guy was close to offsides too.
Yeah, it was offsides each time. But know, if on that first play, if they don't do anything, the game goes to overtime because he misses it.
Yeah, he missed it. Phillip Rivers was pumped. Did you see his post-game press conference?
Yeah, he was pumped. He was like, I haven't been on one of this since 2014.
Yeah, a little unrelated to football, but do you know that Phillip Rivers is about to have his 9th kid?
9th kid?
His 9th child.
What?
I mean, 4 kids is a lot. Imagine having 4 kids and then 5 more. I mean, there's got to be a point where he goes up to his wife and puts some Flex Seal on that pussy because it's Flex Seal, not a sponsor, but hit us up.
Yo, that's crazy. I had no idea that he had 9 kids. That's insane.
Yeah,
I didn't even know he had 1. Jeez.
Yeah, so congrats on the sex, Phillip Rivers.
Yep, congrats, Phillip. I'm sure you got some more after the game. So, who gets no talk, I feel, whatsoever, are the Houston Texans.
Oh, my God. Could you believe that after an 0-3 start? Can you believe that, dude?
Yeah, but I mean, they've won 9 in a row.
9 in a row. 9 in a
row. I mean, you don't hear anything about Demaryius Thomas. You hear a little bit about DeAndre Hopkins, but J.J. Watt's still this bodying people.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins definitely got to be up there. One of the best receivers in the game right now.
I'd say top 5. He's definitely in the top 5.
He just goes up and gets the ball, man. They're a really good team, and That defense is always looking sharp. Watson, great quarterback play so
Great
far.
person.
Great person too, yeah. They're gonna be tough to stop coming up in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely have at least a divisional round, and then they'll definitely get a playoff win. Hey, maybe they can even get a bye at this point. So,
yeah.
How about them Seahawks?
Yeah, I thought they had no chance this year.
Yeah, I think it just shows how prolific of a quarterback Russell Wilson is, that nothing can get in his way. He can have no O-line and he'd still succeed. If he was on the Giants, no respect or no disrespect to Eli here, even though he gets a lot of it. I think the Giants would definitely be a playoff team if Wilson was on the Giants.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Russell Wilson, great quarterback, great person. Pete Carroll, you thought at the beginning of the year he lost the locker room, but it turns out they're playing for him and they're playing well.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. They might sneak in with a wild card. I think the Packers are dead now. Would you agree with that?
You think?
You think? I don't know, because Rodgers was like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Arizona or go back home, beat them."
Well, I mean,
go to Chicago, come out with a win. Go to New York.
They have to beat Arizona, and if you can't beat Arizona, I mean,
you're not going to beat anyone if you can't.
Yeah, you might as well just pack it up and go home.
Oh man, know who has just been non-existent for Arizona? I know they're bad, but that running back, David Johnson, he's been just awful.
Yeah, he's coming off a couple injuries.
Yeah, but I don't know. Odell came off an injury pretty bad, and I think he's performing pretty well. So you got to come back stronger, like AP.
Yeah, as the Cardinals get better, though, because obviously they have a lost season. As they get better going into the next few years, he'll definitely be a guy that'll be back on the radar.
Yeah. So how about them Cowboys? Are they back?
How about them? They're back till the card round of the playoffs.
And then what can go wrong will go wrong, because you know the Cowboys in this century do not know how to play playoff football. It doesn't matter if it's Terrell Owens crying about Tony Romo, Dak Prescott, not making a smart play, the defense choking to Aaron Rodgers, but they're going to be done in the playoffs, and I think they'll have a bad year next year. I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, they're going to get in the playoffs, but after that, they don't really stand a chance. Their defense, I mean, they beat the Saints. Let's slow down. They beat the Saints.
No, we know. I know that was an impressive win, but let's be honest. That was Drew Brees' worst game of the year by far.
Oh yeah, if the Cowboys, if their defense keeps playing like that, if Dak Prescott, dumps it off, finds Amari Cooper, keeps feeding to Zeke, hey, I mean, maybe they could win a playoff game.
Hey, I mean, let's get this straight. 13 points they scored. Dak Prescott, he didn't have anything to write home about that game. That game was all the defense. I'll admit they have an elite defense. I'll go there, but for them to have an elite offense, I don't think so.
No, that offense is not the greatest, but they do have the weapons. They are capable of.
Yeah, Zeke, he's a performer. He's not Saquon, but he's a performer.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, they could be tough,
Yeah, it could be tough, but I think if they face the Saints again, I think Drew Brees will be well prepared.
My Mets made some fucking moves, baby.
Yeah, the Mets. So Van Wagen comes in, and he makes a trade. So he gets Robinson Cano, Edwin Diaz, and in return they get Jay Bruce, Swarzak. You want to go into the prospects?
Yeah, so we gave up our top pitching prospect, Justin Dunn. Really, he was not really supposed to be going to be a starter, a relief pitcher. He was scouted as. That's why I think he would have been most comfortable as. Pretty good arm. We didn't see much of him. He's highest he got to was AA. But Jared Kelenic, I don't know. I think I see a lot of potential in him. He's only 19 years old, has a great swing, and I think he's going to become a quality major league player. And
Not
I
for a
don't.
few years though. So he was going to help you guys win this year or next year or the upcoming year. I think he's still 3 years away.
The Mets' plan is obviously to win now, so that's why I don't think these will be the only moves they're making.
No, definitely. I think another relief arm and then another bat is coming their way.
Yeah, that's what it has to be.
Okay, so I'll tell you something right now. If they get another relief arm and you got DeGrom, Syndergaard on the mound, if you don't get to DeGrom, Syndergaard, or get to one of those guys in the 7th, look out, because you got Diaz coming in the 8th, the 9th, pardon me. Look out, game over.
Yeah, and we still got Conforto and Nimmo in the corner outfield positions. I think they're going to be in store for a big year, of course. And we still got Cespedes. He won't be back till around the All-Star break.
Yeah, I think you got to go get yourself another outfielder. Maybe a guy like Brantley, Pollock.
Yeah, not someone. Yeah, if a guy like Brantley or Pollock, that would be great. And to hold the place for Cespedes, or even take his spot, because Cespedes, he just can't stay healthy. Pollock, very good player. Brantley, a very good player.
Adam Jones, I don't think he gets enough recognition. Adam Jones is a great player, I think.
Yeah, Jones, he's getting older, but he could still go get it out in the outfield.
Good for the locker room.
Yeah, great guy for the locker room.
What did the M's... Oh, you just said that already. So what do you think is their next move, the Mets?
Well, we do need catching help. I'd like Yasmani Grandal.
Yeah, Gomes is gone to the Nats.
Yeah, Jan Gomes already been signed by the Nationals. Yeah, we just need some catching help. Maybe give Darno one more chance. He didn't play at all last year, really. Maybe he has, because he has shown that he can be a good hitter in the major league. Maybe give him a very short leash, but we got to go out, get some catching help. And
so I'm going to address something right here. The Mets, I've seen a lot of Mets fans and all of fans in baseball just saying that this is an awful trade for the Mets because of Cano's contract. Mm-hmm. They're really paying, $60 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you think this has a different vibe if he doesn't get suspended?
A little bit, not so much, because he's still an older player, and they're still paying him a good amount of money. The M's, of course, did give him $20 million in cash, along with Diaz and Cano, obviously. I think that his bat is going to age well.
It is going to age well. He hit 309 when he came back from the DL, and if he doesn't get suspended, he's a future Hall of Famer. He's going to get 3,000 hits. He might hit 400 home runs. He's still a productive player. I think he'll make a couple All-Star appearances for the Mets. And I don't think there's anything to be mad about, because Diaz is the best closer in baseball last year, and you're getting him for nothing, basically.
Yeah, I like it. I think we could do big things with him. He's older, of course. His glove is still there. I don't know about his legs as much, but definitely still, you're not going to get a shortage in the glove department.
Yeah, no. So I think it's a good trade for the Mets. You might hear about the doubters until spring training in the beginning of the season, but I think the Mets in the NL East is looking really good. This morning, the Phillies acquired Gene Segura, Pazos, and Nicasio from the Mariners. All three really good pitchers. All three really good players, two really good pitchers. And they sent Carlos Santana, which they basically admit that was a bad signing, and J.P. Crawford to the Mariners.
J.P. Crawford, he's a young up-and-coming guy. He'll definitely see the Mariners will definitely get good use out of him, especially with the losing of Segura. Segura, he's a good baseball player. He could hit, he could field, he could run. A really good signing by the Phillies. It's going to be a very competitive division, because you also got to remember the Nationals are going to lose Harper. Not really surprising, but they still have a very young team around them. Of course, you can't count out Max Scherzer, of course, and they still have a pretty good starting rotation.
Yeah, I'm a little worried because Corbin's very close with Rizzo, so if they can get Corbin, watch out for their pitching staff again.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so Oh, all right. So the moment you've all been waiting for, 2018 Rookie of the Year, AL. I'm gonna let you go because you know when I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna stop. So
Yeah. I'll throw some numbers out there for you. So obviously, Shohei Ohtani won American League Rookie of the Year after a great rookie season, where not only did he hit well, he also pitched pretty well too in a limited time. So Ohtani's WAR compared to Ohtani's WAR.
Warrior, he pitched.
Ohtani had a 3.9 WAR, opposed to Andujar's 2.2 WAR. In 326 at bats, Ohtani had 22 home runs, opposed to Andujar's 27 home runs in 573 at bats. And you also got to remember that Yankee Stadium's a little sandbox.
Are you done? Are you keep going, Ken?
Oh no, I'm not done yet. Shohei Ohtani's on-base percentage, 361. Andujar's 328. Ohtani's slugging, 564. Andujar's 527. On-base plus slugging for Ohtani, 925, opposed to Andujar's 855. And let me talk a little bit about Ohtani's pitching. 11 strikeouts per 9. That's pretty fucking good.
And in 50 innings, but okay, yeah.
And yeah, not a lot of innings. Okay, I'll give you that. And he definitely was on pace to have a really good pitching year. Definitely would have had that ERA under 3. But go ahead, tell me about Andujar.
Okay, so Andujar. I think we can all agree that Andujar makes the Yankees a much better team than Shohei Ohtani makes the Angels. I mean, I don't think you can really factor WAR because Andujar isn't incapable to pitch, so that's an extra WAR stat added to your offensive stats. Okay. What was Shohei Ohtani's batting average?
Well, it was a little bit lower. It was hold on, I got it right here. 1 second. Sorry, dudes. His batting average was 285.
285, and Andujar's was 297, and way more at-bats, and Ohtani had a 285 with what? How many at-bats did he have? A little over, 200?
He had 326 at-bats.
326, oh, not bad, but Andujar, 529, has 297, with 27 bombs. And how many RBIs did Ohtani have?
Ohtani had 61 RBIs.
61!
Less plate appearance, though.
Okay, Andujar had 92. I don't think Ohtani was on pace for 90.
Yeah, because he would have been pitching all year too.
Okay, now let's go into the pitching. People are saying it's so great. Hey, he pitched so well. He pitched 50 innings, and he blew out his arm. He's not pitching next year, so how can he say he did a good job? He wouldn't have got his ERA under 3 because he blew out his arm.
Hypothetically, who's to say? You know, he would have had a great year. But obviously, yes, it is just hypothetical. For a rookie pitcher, though, he didn't have a bad start, don't you think?
Oh, I'm not taking anything away. I think Ohtani is a good talent. I think he pitched well, but hey, he got hit by the good teams. See, the Red Sox, they got him. Mookie Betts got him, twice? Twice.
He did.
But, I mean, I don't know. I think the players all thought Andujar won Rookie of the Year because they did. He was the players' Rookie of the Year, which doesn't mean anything because it's not the writers, but I don't know. It's over, you know. You can't get too mad about it, but I don't know. I think Andujar deserved. I think the award gets a little misinterpreted for most valuable rookie to best rookie. So maybe Ohtani was the best rookie, but value-wise, I think Andujar is way more valuable to his team.
Yeah, well, Ohtani, definitely a guy every year that's capable of winning the MVP. Of course, you know, if he's just as a hitter alone, he's got a great bat and he's going to be a good guy, good player for years to come. And so will Andujar. He's got to get a little better with that arm. Doesn't have the best accuracy, but definitely will be a great player for years to come for the New York Yankees.
Yeah, let's hope. I don't know. I don't think he's going to get traded with the Paxton trade. I don't know what they're going to do as far as Machado. We're not going to really get into that with Machado stuff until next week with the winter meetings. But All right, so let's get into this complete joke of an argument about Gary Sanchez and JT Realmuto.
No, I think it has a little weight. I think it has a good amount of weight to it, actually.
I hardly agree.
You tell me why you think Gary Sanchez is better than JT Realmuto.
All right, first let's go into war. That Gary Sanchez just destroys Realmuto. The Kraken has an 8.2 war. JT Realmuto has a 4.3 war.
Okay, but no.
No? What do you mean no?
That's Gary Sanchez's career war. That's Gary Sanchez's career war, 8.2.
Okay, now I go back. Okay, so what? He's had a 13 because he's been longer?
Hey, I mean, he's got better, he hits for better average.
I disagree with that.
Definitely better behind the dish. And, I mean, it's not that much. He didn't have that many more at-bats than Gary Sanchez. He hit 3 more home runs than Gary Sanchez did in that big Marlins Stadium. I think you just can't go wrong with JT Realmuto. He's a great athlete behind the dish. He gets it done at the plate. Definitely going to be a good player for years to come in the MLB. And I don't think Gary Sanchez, I don't think he is. I think he had his time is up.
No.
He's still young, of course, but I think his best years are past him.
I think Gary Sanchez hits for a better average. He's got more power. Okay, Gary Sanchez only hit lower average than JT Realmuto this season. Okay, yeah, he had the bad season, which he obviously was hurt. But his rookie season, he hits .299 with 20 home runs in a little over 2 months. He hit .278 last year. This year is the only year he didn't even hit. He hit .277 JT Realmuto, so he doesn't hit for average. The only year he's had a higher batting average, besides this year from Gary Sanchez, was 2016. He hit .303. And this year was his only All-Star year. If he's so great, why is he only a once-time All-Star?
Because he's being killed in Miami with that. He's been killing Mets for years. And him being Miami really doesn't help him because they don't get marketed that well.
Okay, but tell me, does he have more assists throwing guys out at second? I would take Gary Sanchez's arm any day over.
I'll give you that. Gary Sanchez does have a good arm. I'll give you that.
I think that comment that Gary Sanchez's best years behind them, I think that is a completely oversight there because
all signs are showing a downtrend. I know he's still young, but
I mean, when you have loose cartilage in your arm, you're not going to have a good season if you don't say anything.
Okay.
I mean, also, the Yankees get swept in that ALDS if it's not for Gary Sanchez hitting 2 bombs off the champions.
He did come back and have a good playoffs.
He had a great playoffs, and he almost sent it to Game 5 with a grand slam. So I think the injury clearly was there. And honestly, if he's right and he hits like he should, I think Gary Sanchez might be the best hitter on the Yankees.
The best hitter on the Yankees?
When he's right, I think he's the clutch. If it comes down to it, I put, and he's right, he's 2017 August Gary Sanchez. He's 2016 when he gets called up. There's no way to pitch to Gary. He can hit the breaking ball, which Judge and Mike Carlo have trouble with. Judge did improve on that mightily this year, but I would take Gary in a clutch spot over Stanton any day of the week.
Well, over Stanton, obviously. He said Reed called him Mike Carlo. Me and Reed like to call John Carlos Stanton Mike Carlos Stanton. But so you would want Gary Sanchez to bat over Aaron Judge in a big spot, though?
I don't know. Well, Judge, maybe last year I would say yes, but Judge, he really his discipline was so good his rookie season. You didn't think it'd get better in it, but it did. He knew how to lay off that other pitch. Excuse me. He knew how to drive that pitch that he was missing on the outside. He learned how to drive that the other way. So, and I don't know. So if you're not going to throw Judge a strike, he's going to walk. But I think Gary Sanchez can handle a breaking ball better than Judge. I think he could turn one around. I think Judge might have more of a tendency to pop it up than Sanchez.
Going back to Realmuto, what do you think Jeter's going to do with him?
They want to extend him. They offered him an extension last July, and they offered him one in this offseason, but he doesn't want to stay. So it's going to be like a Yelich situation. He's gonna want to go, and he's gonna just keep budging until he does go. So I think he's eventually gonna get traded. Probably not near, or maybe in spring training.
Yeah, and if I were the Marlins, I would try to get as much as for him as possible because catching wise, I think he's the best catcher in the game. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, catching wise, but honestly, if Gary Sanchez hits 300, 30 bombs and 100 RBIs, I can give anything about those pass balls.
And Gary Sanchez has done that before. He's definitely capable of, and
he's also 25. JT Realmuto is going to be 28 next year. Catchers don't stay good defensively, really good until their 30s.
Okay, yeah. You wanna land this bird?
What was that?
Land this bird? You wanna wrap it up?
Yeah, I will. Because my throat's scratchy and shit.
Yeah, it sounds like you're about to cough up a lung.
So, follow us on Twitter at 2 Sides of NY, and Cross is at Metsman19.
Yep.
Next episode will be winter meetings, latest NFL news, and college football playoff predictions. And maybe my voice will want to talk and not be scratchy the whole time, and maybe I'll want to look at the career awards of the season and not look like a complete fool. I will admit that I got beat there, but...
Oh, it's alright, bud. It's alright.
But, hey, we're going to get better. We're going to keep rising. Subscribe, guys, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, guys.